Hello everyone, T-Man978. Right now I'm about to review Transformers Power of the Primes, Leader Class Optimal Optimus, who can also turn into Optimus Primal, but you'll see that. You already seen it. I'm late.
T-Man978 Chill Review.
I didn't want this year to end without me reviewing this guy. So here we are. Here is his collector's cart right there with the artwork. Same artwork is on the packaging. Scary. Here he is teamed up with Alpha Trion. Decodes the knowledge inscribed on the legendary golden disc. Here he is with Alpha Trion. And if you watch all my videos, you'll know what's going on with this. But anywho, I have a ton to cover, so let's just get right into it. I'm going to start off by just showing you a brief view of him. The most unfortunate thing about him is he's wearing Optimus Primal as a backpack. The original toy had a backpack, like, I don't know if I can replicate it. The backpack was hanging off of his back, sort of something like this. It didn't hang out this far, but it was hanging off. In the cartoon, it did come down on his back, which was awesome. He also had cannons permanently sticking out his chest, so they went ahead and changed that. But the main thing they upgraded with this guy versus the original figure is the fact that it has ankle pivot. If the original toy had ankle pivot, these things would pretty much be one-to-one. I think that one even had a waist joint. I have that toy, but I don't feel like killing myself getting it out. Anywho, the head rotates, but it kind of rotates weird where the swivel joint is under the chin. I hate that. I guess they had no choice because of the way they made this dude. The shoulders rotate all the way around. There is a super soft ratchet up in there. The arms do go out like that, and you have this joint right here. Some people would like to even have it like that. The original toy could do this. He has this bend right here, more than 90 degrees. Swivel right there, really, really tight. Really, well, depending on the hand, really tight swivel on the fist. The fingers open up, and the thumb does this, but that's mostly for transformation. It looks weird. I showed the waist joint. Legs can kick up, can kick back. You can completely do a split and more. Swivel right here on the thigh. There is hollowness if you're worried about waffles. The knees bend more than 90 degrees. If you move this little fin out of the way, it can bend even more than 90 degrees. And the foot can go all the way up, all the way back. And super good ankle pivot. Love it. Build quality. It's kind of all over the place. Think fans toys if you collect fans toys. Some things feel loose, some things feel super duper tight. But these wings are the worst offenders here. They are thin and flimsy. The ones right there and the ones back here. In fact, they kind of pop off very easy. There is a natural ratchet point in these. That's cool. This one works better than this one. But there's that. He has a ton of play patterns or playability. You can have the wings out like this. You can have the wings down like that. You can rotate them and have the wings down like that. Have them down like that. Have them up like this. Whatever you want. I believe they used to be out like that. I could be wrong. You could take these off if you don't want them up there. He can't hold them in his hand. In the cartoon, he did use them as a shield. They would flare out. This is one piece instead of three pieces. The original toys, this would explode off. Most of the detail on him is sticker, and some of these stickers are horrible, especially this right there. Even these Maximal logos. There's a close-up on that Maximal logo. Here's a close-up on its peeling sticker right here. Wow. But I was going to say, if you don't want these up there on the shoulders, you could put them down here. I guess they're up on the shoulders to replicate kind of Optimus Prime's smokestacks. And it wasn't a problem at first, but this leg is kind of loose. And there are no ball joints, so I'm not sure if I can kind of fix that with floor polish. But you could have this down here if you want. There's that option. I have the guns stored down here. Of course, you can pop them off. Okay. And there are a few options. There is a slot right there and a slot right there for this. You can pop them in there. On both sides, but the guns kind of aim up. If you push this down a tiny smidge, you can have them sticking straight forward. So there you go, and it doesn't really break up the aesthetic of his chest. But if you want to go super retro, you can move the chest down like this and fold it up like that, and it does kind of click into place. And you can take this gun, put it there, take this gun, put it there. In the cartoon, he had retractable cannons in his chest. This would pop down and the guns would come up. But the toys, these used to stick out all the time, and they had missiles that would go in there and it lit up. So that's what you're working with there. And his little belly, he actually has a matrix of leadership. I was hoping that maybe Titan Masters could fit in there, or Prime Masters, or Diaclones, but there's a big hole right there. Here is the matrix of leadership right there, transparent, painted right here on the sides. Of course, this is capable of popping out. Then you could take his buddy Alpha Trion, so he can decipher the encryptions on the golden disc. Fold this up, put him in here. Come on, you. Which way do you do this? I guess it's that way. And now he's teamed up with Alpha Trion, and it's cool. You could see which Prime Master he's using inside of his belly. Here he is next to Leader Class Optimus Prime from Power to Primes. Here is Prime's Matrix of Leadership versus Primal's, or Optimal Optimus's Matrix. There are no handles for you to grab it out, because you definitely need these handles to grab that out of his chest. Other than that, this gray seems to match the Matrix handle, so nothing more to see there. Here he is next to Voyager Class Siege Optimus Prime right there. I didn't get to show this off in his review, but he is capable of holding these enigmas or matrices inside of his chest. Sometimes it's a little bit wobbly. You have to like mess around with it. And getting them out is a bit of a chore sometimes. If you've been wondering, this port in the center is a 5mm port, so you can put certain weapons in there if you want, and you can put certain weapons in there if you want. But I mostly took those weapons off. You know what? That used to bug me on the original toy, but now that I have this, I actually like putting those guns there. Maybe because it's optional, so I really do like it. I guess you could put them there if you want. You can give him real smokestacks if you want. So there's a lot of play in this dude. But you can combine these two together. And now he has one big long gun. Unfortunately, they didn't put a port there. The port is here. So what you could do is put that there and have him holding it weird like that. Or you could bend it in like this and then rotate that way. Oh, actually, you know what? This detaches. I thought I was getting him to actually shut his hand. But put it like that, and now he's holding it kind of normal. But he never held these in his hand anyway. Not in the original cartoon. Here is the original Optimus Primal blaster. I do have this because I bought it from a collector's convention. So you can do that if you want. He's not really holding it. But if you want, you could do that. And these ports are 5mm, so you can do that if you want. I said ports, but really it's a peg. It can even fit into his other ports loosely. Yeah, no, that's loose. Never mind. Overall, though, I like this mode. His legs are a little bit loose. And like I said, certain stuff that you don't really have to touch while you're playing with it is flimsy. But he's still good to go, and he has all the articulation I could want besides being able to look up without breaking the transformation. And I'm going to wait because this is difficult. Speaking of transformation, we can just detach them back there and pull that off. Put that to the side. For now, this is just like a, come on you, a detachable mech situation right there. You can rotate this, and I guess this is why his head does this, so that it won't be sticking too far out when you put it down. But we'll get that in there. Take this, rotate it like this. Now we can take this and pull that down, flip it around, pull it down, flip it around, lift this up, lift that up, open this, pull out this head, shut that, and go ahead and peg this on his back. And now he is Optimus Primal, or he's supposed to be Optimus Primal. He's like a completely robotic Optimus Primal. So he has no gorilla mode whatsoever. So I guess this is what Optimus Primal would have looked like before he took on his gorilla form. The head can rotate. It has nice red paint for the eyes, as you can see. The head is a bit hollow, unfortunately. But he's covered in detail, as you can see, and even this guy has a sticker. They put a fake double joint right there. They molded it to look like it has a double joint with the ball joint, but it doesn't. It can only go 90 degrees and, of course, swivel. Arm can do this and rotate all the way around. He has no waist. He has ball joints on the hips. Can kick forward, can't kick back, swivel right there. And he does have double jointed knees, but no toe articulation, so yeah. Underneath of his massive backpack, they did give him a stand port, but it's always covered by this. I mean, I guess you do have the option to hinge this out and put the backpack under it. But I mean, put the stand port under it, but yeah. So the massively uncool thing about him is he constantly has this on, and he doesn't have a gorilla alt mode, which makes him a little bit boring. And this just looks goofy as hell. I didn't mention it, but he can hold a gun. And he can do this. You have two guns. Or optionally, he can hold them as clubs. If you want him to be Beast Warsy. Now he has two bashing clubs. He also has weapon storage on the back. So there's a lot of play in this figure right here. I was saying if this could attach in some type of way. It does not. I didn't show this off. He could have a massive bashing stick. Now for this thing, you have options. You could rotate that around like that. Before you lift this all the way up, rotate this and get the head out like that. Now up in here, we can rotate this down. All right. Now we can flip the arms this way. Put this way. Rotate the thumb around so that the thumb can be on the right side. And now here, we could take these out, break this, bring that down, have it like this, bring that down. And now we have him in his like optimal gorilla mode. I'm not going to go over articulation. Besides not having access to the double jointed knee system, he has all the same articulation, even the ankle pivot. So you can mess around with these knees to do whatever you need, but it's going to look awkward and weird. Like getting him to be an ape from a robot has always been awkward. So we could do all this. He has nicely painted red eyes. Needed to bring the light over here so you can see that. Here is the sculpting of the head. The head feels solid. Looks like what it's supposed to look like, I guess. But we're not done with this dude just yet. If we take this guy and transform him back to his base form that he was as a backpack, we can make him a backpack for the optimal Optimus mode. Alright, plug this into here. And, you know, before we attach it to him, this is, I guess, his alternate mode. He's some type of space cruiser. So I guess he would be like, sort of like a drone or some type of aircraft that doesn't really attack. But you can attach these to that, giving him attack options. So there's that. And right now he is like a surfboard or just a flying craft that this gorilla thing can attach to. So now this imitates his transmetal, his first transmetal form right here. So he has like a little surfboard or hoverboard, whatever you want to call it. But if you want the optimal Optimus drone to not have a big hole in his back, which is horrific, you could take this, bring it like this, and these two screws right there, or these two tabs or whatever, slot into here. Like that. And now we can go ahead and peg this into place. Something ain't right. Well, I felt like something wasn't right, but it is right. But now he has this big backpack hanging off. And you can take the two guns and load them up into here. And now we have this option right there. If you don't like the hollowness, of course, it can rotate. So now you don't see the hollowness from the front, but it's still there. But it's good to have options. And the final thing to show you is this. Go ahead and do that. Pull that off of here. Take the head, rotate it in, and then rotate it around. Get it into there. Rotate these back up again. Put the arms into this orientation. Like that. Put the wings like that. Back here, we only need to kind of bring it in and bring the feet like that. So now, oh wait, I had this upside down. Now all of this is good to go. Make it look like he's the ape trying to fly. Take these off. Bring this down, sort of like, yeah, like that right there. Attach the guns back on here. And now we take this. Probably gonna have to move this down. This tab goes in here, and this goes in there. And here he is in his flight mode. Off camera, I broke the transformation right here of the legs a little bit so that these wings could be straight. But here it is. It's sort of like it looked in the cartoon. It just looked like a robot haphazardly flying, like just a haphazard flight mode. It does have 2 pegs right there, or 2 peg holes right here. You can put it in here, but I don't think the instructions specify that, to be honest. But there's that, and I didn't show off this molding right there. So they did mold the bottom of his feet to look like he had thruster holes. I believe the original had that too. If you tab that in, you have these permanently at like a weird angle. But here it is. So I guess this mode, or the cockpit, was given to him so he could have a reason to hold the Autobot Matrix, so they wrote that into the script. Looks like this on the bottom. Looks like that. You can see the back of that, and yeah. If they would have had the extra parts, he had a little wheel that he used to fold out, and he would hold it like this. He would rotate the legs around. He had wheels under there, and he could be like a tank. So I liked the tank. People didn't like the tank, but whatever. Going back to robot mode, one thing that is a genuine nightmare is getting this head out. This clicks into place tight, but what they did do is they gave space right here. If you have some type of tool, you can push the head through right there and snap into place. Well, that's good that that snaps into place. But basically, this is a good figure. I don't like this mode right here, the Optimus Primal mode, that much. If you don't want him to ever be Optimus Primal, he doesn't have to ever be Optimus Primal, which I think is cool. He could just stay Optimal Optimus, and you could pretend that this component doesn't transform at all. But to make him into his other modes, he is unfortunately a parts former. Or fortunately, if you don't actually care about that. But snap this back on. There are a peg system right there that goes into here that grips onto that. Before you do any of that, one more important thing is this needs to be rotated, because this is the front of the chest, and I did not know why I couldn't get this on here, and I was driving myself mad. But basically, slot this on here, and now everything fits. It would not fit, and I was fighting with this thing for 10 minutes off camera before I realized, oh yeah, you have to rotate things. But anywho, I like them. I like the play style or play patterns. I think a kid would love this, especially if you've tricked them into watching Beast Wars 3rd season. They would actually love this. He was featured prominently in the whole 3rd season of Beast Wars. Like the entire 3rd season, he got this body. Anywho, yeah, besides the things I complained about, I like them, and I can suggest them. And I do not regret this purchase, even if the thing went on clearance the day after I paid, well, a few days after I paid full price for them. Anywho, if you like this video, let me know. Until next time, T-Man978 out of here. Thank you for watching. Click the videos. Click the fucking videos, baby. Click the videos. You should really click these videos. Click the videos.